Welcome back, everybody. Apologies. We've gone a little bit back in time. We see the recalls that are coming through. We have not missed any of the action. We're all here. Everything is A-okay. We appreciate your patience while we deal with the technical issues.
Yeah, we are back finally here. So was just a little bit of an OBS crash happens here and there. The stream has been going for quite a bit. Chances are infinitely increasing as time goes on in that kind of scenario. So we do see here OBS leveraging their early advantage, going for this Mountain Drake here. As that's looking pretty decent for them in this one so far. We do see top lane Spoobert was in a pretty good position before the quick intermission, but still keeping up with it here. So Drake will go over to OverSoul.
Freedom Potatoes in a little bit of trouble here. The Between Worlds Pop and Murda with the Taste Their Fear should have enough damage, but it's not enough. Murda not there in time. Fang over Fang saving his mid laner. Very clutch.
Yeah. We're going to take a decent chunk of damage here. Maybe he has to be careful at this point, just with Y also having that ultimate as well available. So, probably still not in danger, but without passive up right now, has to show a little bit of respect for this Mundo in the top side. We see Kha'Zix invading on the top side. Zahen's going to be none the wiser at this point, going to pass straight towards the Krugs on the top end here.
There's a possibility of them meeting, but I doubt Murda is greedy enough to go for the Krugs as well as the Raptors, especially now that he's been spotted out by this ward. Freedom Potatoes is here, but with no stun, no ultimate available, no real threat to Murda.
Yeah, just going to be watching Murda come away with the Raptors and the red buff there, so unfortunate for Zahen, but this is kind of what you expect out of a Kha'Zix early on, so they're playing it out well still. So we do see trade coming out onto Liker here. Not going to matter too much, but still going to get a pretty major cooldown there with the Tibbers.
You trade the ulti for the health bar every time you can because Tibbers will be up for quite a while unless Liker puts in some serious effort into actually killing the bear. But it will just be used to make sure Liker is more uncomfortable with this laning phase.
Yeah. Annie now a little bit freed up on the map using Tivers for that wave clear, of course, so...
Oh. Spoober has to be a little bit careful here. Ultimate available for Y. Doubles Ghost popped. Spoober may have overstepped his bounds. Y turns it around.
I was just saying how careful you have to be with the ultimate available for the Mundo, and now Freedom Potatoes. No stun currently, but Murda, no chance
in the area. Freedom
engaging.
does not know. We'll get the stun down and the ignite as well, but Murda now here with the Taste Their Fear. Flashes over the wall, a little bit off on the angle. Maybe actually matters. He doesn't get the last auto, and Freedom Potatoes walks away? Impossible.
Oh, just a shame, and now Swifty trying to go for it.
Trade splashes with Liker, but now Murda pops the ultimate. Liker back in with the Between Worlds, and Swifty is deleted. Murda picks up his second kill.
Yeah, decent attempt there from Swifty, but just the W not landing. This is unlike the Swifty we saw in the last time we casted OverSoul, where Swifty just saw every single W pull back and won the game that way, but...
Third. Fourth lands onto Fang over Fang, but no real damage threat just yet. Only the sword in the inventory of that gem.
Another camp going the way of the Kha'Zix as well, so this lead extending even further in the jungle. 33 CS up on top of just building the... I talked about this before the match. I said, I remember Kha'Zix building Bastion Breaker, and guess what? Post buffs, it's 3,000 gold instead of 3,200, plus a little bit of extra damage on the actual on-hit, and hey, we see it. First buy here for the Kha'Zix.
I don't think I've actually managed to see this item built in a competitive game yet. I'm actually really excited to see what Murda can do with it, as... Don't worry, Murda, nobody saw you miss your W on the CPU crab. You're good. He's going to get spotted on a ward here, so Spoobert should know that he's not safe enough to continue to walk forward. As we just see Freedom Potatoes again, making a decent trade in mid lane.
Yeah. I mean, it's just an awkward itemization here for Spoobert. You kind of do have to go for the anti-heal early, and that just means that your build's going to be a little awkward. This time does actually commit for the Swifty boots early on. Not sure I'm not sure what the criteria is for grabbing up some early tier 2 boots here for Spoobert, so End up being that Liker now.
Liker taking a lot of damage, but Living Phoenix is here, has the Mantra W alongside the exhaust. Freedom Potatoes just has no chance for a fair fight. Murda, with the power of friendship, makes it happen.
Yeah, suddenly that early advantage OverSoul had completely disappears. 3k gold up just about here for Glacial, and it's really off the back of Murda trying to make up for some of the sins in the previous game. But now Spoobert finds Y here. Has the ult, but...
With Spoobert, Y overextended, but I don't think he'd even pop the ultimate. We'll throw it down, but Spoobert has the burst with the anti-heal to just get through him. Nicely done. Good gank by Swifty.
Played there. Gonna get a little bit of gold back over, but you know, Mundo not gonna feel the burn too much. Going triple Giants belt now. Just abusing the
Mundo
raw
meta.
stats to,
More HP, better HP.
Yeah.
I imagine he will go what is probably Heartsteel with that extra Giants belt, and then build a Warmogs immediately after. Or at the very least, get Warmogs first. I think it's active with the Giants belt after a certain level breakpoint. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but it's very late.
Yeah, I think it's like Ruby Crystal plus that, which he already has conditions
something
for.
Like that.
Something
So it
might
like
honestly
that.
just be Rush on the Warmogs here.
Yeah. Liker wants to find an angle here. Swifty gets a two-man pull, but it pulls Liker right into the angle to give Hangover Fang between worlds. Root lands from that deadly flourish. Hangover Fang is popped. The electrocute does just enough to smite him down. Uru now in trouble, has to navigate the curtain call. First shot, second shot, both miss, and he cancels it. Does not trust, wants to look for an angle on Swifty, but the Zahen, too slippery.
Yeah, and it's looking so good here for Glacial. You know, every now and then they'll give a little bit of leeway back, but even top lane now is looking disastrous. Spoobert had a really strong level 1, so I'm really surprised to see the lane turn so heavily in Mundo's favor here. So just gonna have to be what they live with. Zahen needs to
Shocking that Liker doesn't throw a spell there.
Yeah, just aura farming on him. As he
Just walk towards him like,
recall.
what are you gonna do? You have to cancel your recall. Gotta cancel. Doesn't actually throw anything. I love that.
Yeah, Spoobert does heal up pretty effectively in this lane, but you know, Mundo with a health advantage is always going to be a pretty scary threat here, especially with the build that Spoobert's going for. It's a little more towards the tank, of course, so not going to really find pressure on the side lane as we're used to for the Udyr. It's going to be a lot of just running around, chasing out resources, playing very annoying.
Liker's in the area, and Spoobert is unaware. Does have the Ram stance, so will manage to work himself out. Pasta goes prematurely. Swifty was in the area. I think they could have waited a little bit longer, but just playing it safe.
Yeah, the Infernal Rift with the little torch buddies. I'm not even sure what they're called now.
I know they have a name. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's
Yeah, we are
too late.
5
We're not meant
hours
to be
late
casting
in.
League here.
Yeah, this is, you know, we have long days and then we go cast some League of Legends hoping for nothing too crazy and we get a series like this.
Freedom. In a bit of trouble. Does have the Tibbers. Flashes away, but Liker's there as well with the Between Worlds. Doesn't manage to land, but doesn't even need it. Murda, the evolved claws, cuts down the child.
That will be the Annie going down again. All big resources burn there. Tibbers, Flash, and Ignite. So you're just seeing how off the ground this Kha'Zix is. Level 11 here. With you know, having double evolves already is pretty insane. All right, Bastion Breaker did 779. So what? That's 2 procs that he had total.
Yeah, just about. That seems pretty good. I don't know. Item Light's gonna be
300
good.
per proc. So we do
Murda.
see Swifty joining up here. They want to find a big fight here, but Liker already in the area. Gonna play pretty careful
That
here.
deadly flourish. Gets a little bit of poke from that Mantra Cube, but not feeling too frightened just yet. Takes a lot of damage. Here it comes the curtain call. First shot and second shots tanked by Swifty. Third as well. Fourth sidesteps right into the arms of Bang over Bang. Swifty, you had to take that for the team. Liker now can look for a punish on Swifty. Forces the flash out of him. Oh, the reverse get down, Mr. President. It's a disaster.
Hey, you know, if Fang over Fang wasn't standing there. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, a little bit unfortunate there on the angle. And now they're going to try and look for a dive here, but it's a little bit too difficult into the Zahen that still has the ultimate. So we'll just call it off, take the advantage where they have it. We do get a replay here. Fang over Fang already really low, tries to engage on a Murda, but Freedom just not in the area yet. And the ult comes
You
through.
have to
Swifty.
tank that 4th shot. You have to.
Yeah. It's
Uber is trading with
here.
Y again, but it's at the same time. Murda is here, and that's going to be one dead. Ooh, dear. Murda always in the right place at the right time.
And it goes for the R evolve second, so instead of leveraging like a big, better solo kill potential, just opting for a little bit more map pressure. Like
that's solo kill on first turret.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand a little bit. I think OverSoul might be
6,500 gold in deficit.
I put it in the chat earlier. I said they're limit testing how many throws it takes to win a series, and it seems like they've hit the limit.
Just about. We'll get a replay of what happened here. It looks like Freedom Potatoes just overstayed.
Yeah, just ult comes in. I mean, just wants the wave that badly, but also turret so low, it's a little bit just too aggressive anyways. Maybe get a couple minions before the death. And Jhin is unlocked. Aurora's now shifted over to the side lane, so does give a lot of pick potential with this Kha'Zix.
This is starting to get concerning. Well, it started getting concerning about 5 minutes ago for OverSoul. I think it's now getting to the point of potentially no return, but a game is never technically lost until your Nexus is blown up, so there's always a chance for the enemy team to throw, for you to make a great play. It's just going to be a matter of what can OverSoul actually find to do. They had this series in the bag coming into Game 3. It was all but expected that they were just going to clean house, but now they're staring down the barrel of, what was it, an insane reverse sweep.
Yeah, and it just feels pretty tough here. Spoobert trying to kill the turret, but unable to do so. TP comes through on the top side. Has to be careful of Living Phoenix and Dead Body.
Call. Swifty doesn't take that first shot, but does get the second one. Navigates Spoobert out, and now they're out of range. Glacial Fissure used defensively. Freedom Potatoes on the roam up. They spot Murda onto that ward. They may be playing a little pick game, but so missed out by Murda. Does not walk into the death brush, and that's just another dragon for Glacial. All 3 of those outer turrets gone. Looking for potential engage here. Liker finds a great angle on the ultimate, gets it down onto 2, but they found Liker first. Freedom Potatoes does plenty of damage on this Annie, but now they have to get through the health bar of Y, and Spoobert already too low to step up further into the fight. So it's just losing the turret, but they get one back.
Good target selection there from Freedom. Just knows that Jhin right now is not going to be doing damage, and with no Murda in the area, that should be a free fight if they find it, and they do at least get 1 kill back over. But it just feels like that's just a consolation prize at this point.
Yeah.
Rift Herald on the other side, or on the picture gets taken, but nice awareness here. Just burst down Liker. No counterplay to be had. 100 to 0, so well played. But
it's something.
It is something. They need every little bit they can get at this point.
For OverSoul now, it's a matter of actually getting to your scaling. They have Sivir wave clear, so it's going to be very difficult to actually continue to shove now that these outer turrets are gone. Nuru can sort of maneuver between lanes pretty easily. But it's just a large mountain to climb, and again, it feels like the back half of the series has been OverSoul drafts a scaling comp, but chooses to be aggressive and to fight early, and Glacial just happily reap the benefits of it.
Yeah. Fang now getting caught. Gets W'd up. Deadbotting.
Lots of damage. Luru coming in for the stand behind me. Will manage to navigate his support out. Blast going in for Liker, but not going to look for it in the meantime. Spoobert top lane does find that turret, but I think your days of bullying Y are kind of over. He's got the Warmogs. He's getting towards that Heartsteel, and this guy is just not going to go down easily.
Yeah, this is pretty much as bad as it looks. Murda's going to hit level 16 before Spoobert does at this rate, and Swifty can't really do much about that, as he does see his Raptors fall as well.
It is 20 minutes, and that Kha'Zix is almost on 3 items. This guy is fed.
Yeah, it's about 1,000 gold away from another item, which I wouldn't be surprised to see another kill here.
Murda? I was going to say in trouble, but it's just Fang over Fang. Not exactly the target. Root lands. They could maybe look for something, but the support pick is not what they're looking for.
Yeah, they're just looking to deny as much gold as possible from Swifty. Make it impossible for this Zen to ever get value.
He's 3 levels down. Murda has just been feasting on his jungle this game. Throws down the ultimate just to see if he can't find a target. But Spoobert, in the meantime, trading him here on this top side, does have a sustained battle of his own to fight if he can start getting his turtle stance back up. But it's going to take a while to get there, and too damn long. Y is online. The Mundo is tanky.
Yeah, just it feels like there's not enough damage and there's not enough tankiness for the Udyr. Going for like kind of a middle ground item with the Iceborne Gauntlet, yes, you'll have a little bit more setup threat onto the Mundo, and maybe you could get away from some of those scenarios, but you just don't have the dueling power one way or the other. And that is pretty detrimental considering you picked the Udyr wanting to match the Mundo.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about options like Gwen being available, other tank shredders, but it's not the one that they opted for. I liked the idea of the Udyr. This is a Spoobert pocket pick, as speaking of, pick potentially on the Living Phoenix, but it's turned right back around. It's a 1-for-1. Green Potatoes gets the kill, with Liker immediately bursts him back down. Fang over Fang looks for something here, but not much of an angle without the rest of the team behind him.
Yeah. Do see how strong the Aurora is, as I say it. Yeah.
So if these forced to dash his way out of his own jungle.
See, and next is going to be Murda's chance to show how strong this Kha'Zix is, who's probably sitting on like 1,500 gold in his pocket. He's going to hit level 16 at 23 minutes or so.
If it takes that long, yeah, he's going to be... He's a little accelerated.
Gold.
He's at 10,000 gold.
Yeah, he's a little strong. I mean, I was like gonna speak over the replay, but then I thought about it and I'm like, this is just.
What do you say to that? Truly,
I'm losing words. I'm losing words. This is the strongest Kha'Zix I've ever seen, and it happens in Game 5 of a semifinals of a series.
Yeah, Game 5 of a semifinals in a Masters League is not where I expected to see 5-0 Kha'Zix. Still hasn't backed for that last item, for that third item, by the way. Still holding on to about 2,000 gold, so it'll be an item plus here on this recall. I imagine it's Edge of Night and something else. Yeah, still sitting on 1,000 gold, so I'd guess probably just another Dirk because he's an assassin and he can do that. Goes for the Caulfield's Warhammer instead. Maybe he wanted, I don't know, it could be any number of items. Assassins just have it so good with items. They're crazy.
Yeah, so, I mean, really, what do you do here? You gotta get, now, especially with Edge of Night, like, your one big opportunity is, like, Annie clicks R on Murda and they somehow burst him out. But
I mean, you have to try and get it off with Guru or with Fang over Fang as they're looking for an engagement. It's on Living Phoenix. Not exactly the priority target. Murda gets that spell shield taken off, but Spoobert is taken very low. Liker doesn't get over the wall. The Between Worlds doesn't go between the walls. Taken away there. Swifty gets that passive pops. Freedom Hit uses the ultimate defensively. A lot of damage thrown into Y, but he's not exactly feeling the pain. It's just going to be the fight disengaged. It's 1-0 at the very least for OverSoul, but it still feels like they're losing this exchange.
Yeah, unless Freedom Potatoes wanted to just flash forward and potentially go for Murda, it felt like that was the only opportunity they could get a really big opener back. I mean, with how League of Legends is in 2026, a couple shutdowns can really turn this. You know, I was saying, like, the main thing that probably needs to be hit in this game, from my perspective, opinion piece, by the way, is
for casters, all we do is opinions.
Is catch-up XP. So, like, if you could kill Murda, that is a big bag of XP that'll go the other way. Same for Y as well, level 16 now. Definitely feeling good. They will claim this bottom turret. That is all the outers. There is no territory that is allowed to OverSoul anymore besides their own base.
Glacial's just doing it slow and methodical. They are not allowing OverSoul any chances for random picks, for random fights. Yeah, OverSoul is scaling, but to get to the window where they are scaling, it feels like it's going to take them far too long. And Murda just continues to deny more and more XP and gold away. Swifty will smite that one back, but again, you're fighting over your Raptor camp. It doesn't feel like a winning battle for OverSoul.
Yeah, now Murda gonna contest the red buff as well. Once again, Edge of Night available, so even though the Annie's here...
Swifty waiting on his smite, but it is Murda who grabs it, and it's, again, just rough for OverSoul, who looked so dominant to start the series. I keep coming back to it. Games 1 and Game 2, you tell me that this series goes to Game 5, I'm laughing at you. Yeah,
it feels absolutely absurd. And, you know, now they're going to just completely dominate them in the final game. It feels like completely out of left field, and I just feel like it comes off of a change in idea of how to play the game from Game 2 to Game 3. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but they went from, like, super aggro, pick a lot of engage, play out the map with using early game advantages to
Oh,
let's
goodbye,
pick
Fanger.
scaling and really try and
Deleted
see
it.
if we can win these games.
Problem is, deleted Swifty might be the next to go, as Murda wants in ultimate use to try and get Swifty out. Luru, you got to tank for the ultimate for your teammate, but Liker's already there. Luru will be the next to go. Freedom Potatoes looking for that nasty goal to shut down, but the shields are there from Living Phoenix. The Karma shields provide too much value. Liker able to get the burst down. Electrocute strikes. Double kill for the Aurora, and this game is feeling all but wrapped.
Yeah, they can now turn their attention towards the Baron. It is not really that risky, all things considered. Bastion Breaker, 2,000 damage, which is either on turrets or people, and I'm going to assume most of that was people, so...
Has Murda touched a turret yet?
I think maybe once, but it wasn't with Bastion Breaker up.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You see here, Swifty dodges away from the W. It's good play there, but still just can't get out away from Likey.
It's just nuts.
Tibbers just getting distracted a little bit there. Unfortunately, the damage doesn't come through. That would have been a big shutdown there for Freedom, but now it's
just messes with the Bear a little too much. And I'm gonna harp on this point again because I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it all series. Living Phoenix is playing Karma correctly here. Has gone for the Dreammaker one that gives you reduced damage, and I think without building utility support items, if Living Phoenix was building AP, that's a dead Kha'Zix. Good job, Living Phoenix. Thank you for building and itemizing properly. I appreciate it.
I gotta say, you know, this may be a Murda montage, but I really gotta give kudos over to honestly Liker and Living Phoenix, so I feel like have played pretty well. There was that really rough game one, and I mean, I just feel like they've just been the glue, kind of, in the middle, and then other people have varying performances throughout. Deadbotting as well has been playing pretty well.
I still say that Deadbotting has been kind of a passenger princess this series, but now Liker is going to go for the engage. Curtain Call is opened up. Fanger for Fang is going to get slowed up. Fourth shot will land. The kill gifted over. Liker does all the work. Deadbotting takes the kill. Classic 80 carry. The burst damage down onto Murda, but they just don't have the damage to finish him off. And now Y gets to walk in the front line. Still practically full HP with the ultimate on. Takes a chunk out of Luru's health with a single auto attack. Yeah, this Mundo champion looks balanced, I think. And Glacial, with now the Infernal Soul in pocket, it feels all but unlosable.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of over after that initial disaster with Murda just finding a lot of gold. And you saw Bastion Breaker right there do 1,000 damage to that turret just now. So Murda's feeling pretty good. There it is again.
Pretty confident. First inhibitor already down. Second one is the target as these Baroned up minions are going to start to do their work. Y is just allowed to walk up for free. Luru cannot touch him. Fang over Fang falls. Freedom Potato on the run towards his own turret, but there's not much left on that turret. There's not much left on his health bar. Double kill for Liker. They're looking for a little more. They want this series wrapped up fast, at the very least from their half.
Yeah, I mean,
First
there's
two
just
games a little bit of a wash.
I mean, okay. To be fair, reverse sweeps are kind of hype. So, at the very least, they make it a dominant.
But this one ends not with a bang, but honestly, it feels like with a whimper as OverSoul collapse, and Glacial will be going to finals to match up with XSV Jellyfish Jammers.
Yeah, very well played here from Glacial. Felt like they just got better. You know, I'd say Game 3 definitely was OverSoul giving it over to Glacial. But Game 4, Game 5, Glacial definitely stepped up to the plate and won the series of their own volition, 100%. So, in that way, I mean, really well played from them. It's also hard to dig yourself out of a 0-2 hole, no matter what position it feels like. So, I think well played from them, and good drafts, especially towards those tail-end games.
Yeah, mentally especially, it's so difficult to actually take yourself out of that and be like, oh, we're already 0-2 down. There's no real way for us to get out of this, but they handled it. They did it very well. And unfortunately for OverSoul, you're up 0-2 in the series. It feels like you should just have that in the bag. Like Game 3, called it a content game, but maybe that was just shades of what was to come throughout the rest of the series. Maybe the first two games were content from Glacial. It's hard to tell now.
I still think Game 3, they picked 3 infinitely scaling champions and decided to fight everything. So I'm still going to hold strong on what I said about OverSoul in Game 3, but unfortunately that means their road to the
Season's up.
championship will be over there, and there will be still a third place match just for, commiserations.
content.
But at the end of the day, you're definitely going to be feeling a little bit stung after that one, considering you had it right there in your hands.
Series
And
was in their hands, but they can't manage to make it in the end. Congratulations to Glacial taking full advantage of a possible overturn there. I think our producers are tired. We're also tired. I'm going to send you all off to bed. Thank you all so much for joining us. I've been What's Super That's been Golden Gad. We appreciate you all being here for this very long series. Our producer and observer, Shivam and Anti, making sure things run as smoothly as possible as they can with Riot in the background. Again, we appreciate you all sticking with us for this best of 5. We'll catch you next week for the Vanquisher Finals. Have a good night.